Man, I shouldn't have ate so much Thanksgiving food. I knew that was a lot of food, but hey, at least I got a good magazine article here. Alright. What the heck? Honey, the stores were all out of TP. Get creative? What the heck does get creative mean? We're out of TP again. Okay, well, let's see. No, I can't use that. No. My mask? No, I can't do that. Wait. No, that's not gonna work either. Oh, a sock. No, I can't do that. Oh, hey, silky. Nah, can't do that either. Paper, hey. I just can't do that. Oh, wait. Cooking like fresh, fast weeknight dinners. Hey, gotta be something in here. Here we go. Hey, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to never run out of toilet paper. You won't ever have to worry about using your mask for that purpose. And we're going to do that with a real simple way. We're going to install a bidet. Now, you might have seen the old school bidets like in this picture here. Well, today they're much simpler. I'm going to show you how you can install this in just a matter of minutes. It'll take me about 5 to 10 minutes. And after that, you won't ever run out of toilet paper again. We've got this big TP crisis that keeps happening over this pandemic, and it could happen again. And plus, there's benefits to a bidet. You know, before we got our bidet, I was a little skeptical about it. You know, cold water back there on that area. Oh boy, that had me a little concerned. Was that going to work and all that? Well, I got to tell you, we've had this one for about 7 months now, and I love it. I don't ever want to go back to the old toilet paper way, but if you don't have one and you've never tried it, I'll give you a little brief idea of what it's like. All you do is, after when you're ready to clean up, you turn a valve, water comes on, it sprays, you can adjust the intensity, and you just take about 10 or 15 seconds cleaning like that, and then you can drip dry, you can use a little bit of toilet paper, whatever your preference is, but you're clean, and I guarantee you will notice a difference. Now, there's several different models. I'm going to put several models in the description right below this video. Now, to find that description, you just go down there, and right below our channel name, you'll see the words show more. Click on that. If you're on your phone or tablet, you may have to go down and look for the little arrow, click on that, and it'll drop down, and we'll have links there to several bidets. We actually have 3 of them. So I'll tell you some of the advantages in the descriptions down below, because they all have a little bit different function, and I'll list our favorite. Now, these just use plain cold water. They just tap right into the water line that's feeding the toilet, and it's a really simple T procedure. You'll see that here in a second. Now, it is cold water. Now, as it gets colder right now, it's just a little after Thanksgiving. The water is pretty dang cold, and that can be a little annoying if you're not used to it. So I'll link to some where you can actually do heated water. They're a lot more money. You can get one of these for under $30. The heated ones can run $200, $300, $400. But they are so nice that you might want to consider that. Heck, some of them will even fan dry you, and they have a remote control. I don't know, maybe you can levitate around the room too. I'm not real sure, but there's some pretty fancy ones out there. So let's get into installing this. Okay, the first thing you want to do is to go behind your toilet and turn off the water to the toilet using a valve on the wall or on the floor. And the next thing is to flush the toilet and hold the handle down to get as much water as possible to drain out before you release it. And then you want to take off this fitting right here so it's loose like this. And some water will drain out on the floor, so you might want to have a towel underneath it. And next, what you want to do is install this T-fitting, which is supplied, and just hand tighten this. Try not to use any tools on it. You should be able to tighten it plenty by hand. These are plastic fittings and you can damage them easily. And then reattach your water line. Again, hand tighten only. Next, take off the toilet seat completely and set it aside. And then the next step is to install the bidet, and you use these little circles here to turn them until you get the holes to line up to where you can get the bolts from your seat assembly back through there. That gives you variable width spacing and so on. Then install the seat back through the holes and reattach using the plastic nuts, or usually just hand tighten nuts below. And then snap the caps back on. Now attach the water line to the T-fitting right here. And then we want to come up to the bidet itself and attach the water line here. Now again, these do have wrench fittings, but if you do use a wrench, you want to barely tighten it to where it just seats snugly. If you over tighten it, you can damage the gasket in there and the whole fitting and cause it to permanently leak. So it's better to start out too gentle and work up. Okay, now take a towel and dry off all these fittings, paper towel, whatever. You want to get any water drops off here so that when you turn the water back on, you can tell if it's leaking. If you start out with a wet fitting, you're going to think it's leaking when it's not. And then the next step is to turn the water back on slowly, making sure that you left the valve off to the bidet so you don't get sprayed in the face. And watch for leaks. You want to observe it for about 15 seconds or so. A good way to do this is to use a flashlight to shine it across the floor with no towel down there, and you'll see if drops hit. Then you want to run your hands up and down those lines everywhere the fitting is. Check for any drips that are forming slowly. If everything feels dry, you're probably good to go. Now you want to watch the whole thing, check on it now and then for about a minute or two. If over the course of a couple of minutes you're not seeing any dripping, you're good. If you see really slow dripping, just gently tighten that fitting, dry it off, and repeat the process. And there you have it. You've installed your own hydro-powered derriere washing system, also known as a bidet. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like. I put some plastic over the toilet. What you want to do is just sit down and slowly turn your valve on. If you turn it on too quick, it can come out pretty intensely at times. Now you can see here it's spraying on the plastic. You can get a gentle spray to a pretty intense spray that'll lift you off the toilet, so be careful, depending on your water pressure. And some of them will have a front sprayer and a back sprayer because some have a feminine spray mode. Now a little word of advice on choosing a bidet. Look for one with metal components, especially in the areas of the valve. And the water line also, you don't want just a plain plastic water line. I'd get one with a braided water line. Hey, if that helped you out, I hope you'll consider joining our YouTube membership program. We have levels as little as $3 a month, and it's a way you can show your support for our channel, help us keep going. And there's levels that are higher if you want things like support and that. You'll also get exclusive content there on the community tab and places like that, exclusive early release videos and so on. So consider joining and supporting us on this channel. And hey, if you'd like to learn how to do home improvement projects like this, drywall, paint, and many more, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Click on that bell icon right next to it after you subscribe. That way you'll get notified of each video as we put them out. Now I got a little bonus for you. You see these videos popping up here off to the side? Those are some additional videos we have out. You might want to check those out. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. And as always, everybody take care, be safe, and be well.